Welcome back, this is CerealSnax. Today I want to look at a free-to-play game on Steam called Super Monday Night Combat. And this game is actually the sequel to a pretty popular game that was actually out a little while ago called Monday Night Combat. And I decided to give it a shot. It's been a while since it's been out actually, and I had always been meaning to play it, but just had never gotten the opportunity to do so. So finally I installed it up and started to play it, and it's actually quite a bit of fun. The graphics sort of remind me of Team Fortress 2, that kind of look to it, and you can see it's a free-to-play game, but there's stuff you can buy, and I'll walk you through that really quick before I get to the gameplay. And if you want to skip to the gameplay, then I'm going to have a link just posted on my YouTube that you can click and it'll go straight to it. So you can see right now they've got all these updates that they've had, rule changes and that sort of thing up through the months. I'm not going to go through that too much, but there's a player guide, which is actually, to tell you the truth, it's fairly helpful, but it's not as helpful as you might think. Probably the best way to learn is to actually play the game. I'm finding I tried the tutorial that they have. When you click play, you have that option to go to tutorial screen, and that was not helpful at all, so I would recommend not even playing it. It's just a little arena where you can run around and do goofy stuff. If you've already played the game and you just want to mess around, that might be fun to do, but I didn't really learn anything from it. So let's just take a look here. Now, a lot of free-to-play games, the criticisms have been, and I talked a little bit about this in Blacklight Retribution, that, the pay-to-win mode, kind of. And I haven't found that to be the case with this game at all. In fact, it's quite the opposite, and it makes me worry a little bit that the game will even last, because not only are there not a lot of people playing this game right now, I think there was like 600 people online when I played, which is really low. Thinking like Europe and America combined was maybe 1,000 people, which is just incredibly low. Even it is a weekday, but still. But anyway, my point was that some of their free-to-play stuff, like you don't have to pay to win, basically. So you can unlock certain characters, and you can see that you already just done the basic game. I didn't even have to buy a pack or pay any money yet at all. You get certain pros. So right now I have Combat Girl, Carl, the Gunner, Leo, Megabeth, and I don't have the Sniper, and I have the Veteran. But I didn't have to pay any money for that. I don't know why. Perhaps there's something to do here with the add to cart. I'm not sure. But anyway, if you look at my stuff, right now I have, I have the 2 Strikers. And I guess if you haven't purchased it, you could buy it. I'm not sure why. Let me see, add to cart. I don't know why I would want to buy her again, because I already have her. Anyway, you get these basic units, and you can go buy other units, but for $7, that seems really expensive to buy a unit when you've basically got the basics here. So you have to pay to get like a sharpshooter, basically. But there's the 5 different types of characters. There's the sharpshooters, there's commandos, strikers, enforcers, and defenders. I kind of see it almost as a 3 game though. I see it as strikers, enforcers, and defenders, and you get characters from all 3 of those if you just install the game. Commandos and sharpshooters, similar to strikers. The sharpshooters and commandos are similar to the enforcers to some extent. I mean, they're not exactly, but it's close enough that I wouldn't go pay money for it until you play the game a while and decide that you love it, maybe, and then you can buy them. You can also unlock them with gold. Now, it takes a while to get gold. I only have 324, but I'm guessing that at some point I will be able to get enough gold to unlock some other characters. So let's see here. We can look at the pros. Now there's items you can buy, and like I was saying, this isn't a pay to win game. And the problem with their business model that I can see, and you may have seen this in other videos too, is that they don't really give you anything to, like, for example, look at Megabeth Schoolhouse Rocker Head, $10, but it gives you no bonuses, no skills, nothing. It's just cosmetic. So I don't know that anybody in their right mind would pay $10 for a cosmetic change. Maybe they would. Even $4.74 for a top hat doesn't seem incredibly worthwhile. I think she looks cool enough with a soldier head, really. They've got all different kinds here that you start out with 3 that are pretty neat. You got the ones with the wings helmets, and then Megabeth with the soldier helmet. It's a Team Fortress 2 crossover. So whatever you feel is good for you. Of course, you can change the torso. I kind of like the soldier torso, because that's the TF2. I'm not going to play with that. I'll play with the basics just to show you, but you can change her legs, of course, to whatever you want. And you can buy it, but like I said, it doesn't add you anything. Now, even the weapons are just cosmetic, so you could pay $249, but it just changes the look of the rocket, and that's it. So pretty interesting. The other thing you can do is get taunts, and these are really interesting. I'll show you these real quick. You can So it does a lot of noise and kind of jumps, but all it is a taunt. So I don't know that I would spend $4. And I think this game could really do well if they change their money model and change it to like 99 cents for the taunts. I would probably buy them all, right? Because $1, who cares, right? It's the cost of a soda, you get a taunt. But $3.99, it's a little pricey, you know. And of course you get a couple for free. But that's it. Some leg flare that you can put on here. Of course, we don't come with any leg flare, I don't believe. But you can get Derpy Corn and put it on her chest there. So interesting, right? Now these are a little cheaper, but even 99 cents for a piece of flare, you know, I don't know, that may be a little pricey just for the flare. So their price model may be a little off, especially when you've only got 600 people playing, most of whom probably aren't paying anything. There's also boosts. You can get combat credit boosts and XP boosts and all that, but these really do not unbalance the game that I can see. I've played a couple games and I've done very well just with the basics, with not paying any money at all. And I'm not saying don't spend money in this game. I'm just saying be careful what you buy, because a lot of this stuff seems to me to be very expensive. And unless it's marked down quite a bit. Now this is not a bad bundle. It's 65% off. And you get all the original Monday Night Combat pros, which is a pretty well-rounded group that you could choose from, right? I've got the gunner already because it came with the game for free, I guess. So obviously I don't get that. But you get the other 4, which would be nice to have. So let's just take a look here and show you the locker room, which shows you everything you've got. So you can set your pro tag, right? And I don't have any currently. I've just got the Super MMC pro tag. Let's see, gear up. So here's your uniforms for your characters. So you can see I got Megabeth, and I don't really own any uniforms right now, so I'd have to unlock them based by playing. But she's fine the way she is, in my opinion. I'm not really too worried about what she's dressed in, you know, as I'm playing the game. So, oops, revert. You can go to products. Now these are important too. You can actually do these will actually put them in your product slots, and it adds skills that you can then that help you a little bit. And again, these are not overpowered. Like the basic ones you come with, you'll see, are pretty good. So, you know, I just put a couple in here, and they just give you, well, full health, automatically has 25 armor per second. Now, the problem with these is that until you're a certain level, they're not going to have any effect. So these two, you have to be level 10 before they have any effect. And then, of course, pro level 2 plus, you get this one. So nice to have once you level up in the game. And I'll show you more about how the game is as time goes on. Now here are all the pros, and some of them are really neat actually, and I'd like to unlock some of them just because they're neat. Like, I don't want to spend too much money on stuff, but this guy's pretty cool. I haven't got a chance to play him, but he's like a big gorilla. And the two that I've played, and I haven't played that much, this is kind of my first impressions, but is the veteran so far. He's a lot of fun. He can turn into like a turret, and he does a lot of damage as a turret. Of course, he can't move, but it's fun to like guard the lanes and use him as a turret. And I'll talk more about how the game is played in the gameplay portion of this video. So, and I really like Megabeth so far. She's fast moving, and she's also got a rocket launcher, which just makes her really cool. And I played this guy, I think, a little bit as well, but I didn't really take to him. I always try to get Megabeth. She's kind of my favorite right now. She seems the most powerful of them. Although if I can't get her, I'll go for the veteran, just because he's just like a big tank. So, and my current inventory, of course, is empty because, like I said, I haven't spent. Although I did win this Biono Grip Ultra, which doesn't do a whole lot, but it's nice to have, right? So, regardless, you see all these things that you can do. So much like Blacklight Retribution, there's a lot of customization. Now the difference is that buying stuff isn't really very appealing to me, and not with money, because there's nothing that I would be willing to spend $60 on for, you know, all these pros, right? Sweet 16 Pro Pack, I don't know that I need that really. I do really well with Megabeth, and she's a basic character, so hopefully that'll help you out. Now I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna start up a game. I'm gonna choose Super Crossfire, which is the basic Monday Night Combat game. All you do is, the goal of the game is to destroy the enemy money ball, 5 versus 5 with heavy emphasis on strategy and teamwork. Pros get more powerful as you level up. So you level up when you play. If you've played Dota 2 or seen my video for Dota 2, you'll see what I'm talking about. In many ways, this game reminds me of Dota 2, except that you are in a third-person view as opposed to a top-down view, like a top-down third-person view. And this game also relies upon like first-person shooter type tactics, like aiming and shooting and making sure you heal up and that sort of thing. But in many ways there is very strong similarities to Dota 2, and I'll show you that when I get into the actual game. So I'm going to load her up. I'm going to matchmake me. I'm going to find a game, and found a match, so let's go right into combat. So this is simply the screen where you pick your character, and of course each team can only have one of each type of class, much like Dota, of what type of pro, I guess you could say. So I have Megabeth, and nobody else can be Megabeth, and that does make it hard if you have a limited selection of characters. So that may be an advantage to having one of those big packs. So the game's going to start here any second, and there will be a cutscene, and I'll let you watch that. There's a cutscene at the beginning of every game.
Monday Night Combat. Good evening, fans. GG here, along with my venerable co-host, Chip Valvano. How are you, Chip?
Oh, fantastic, GG. I finally come to terms with the fact that I like wearing ladies' hats.
That Easter bonnet is lovely, Chip. Now let's get to the action. It's beautiful. It looks good.
So here we are, and all players start in this beginning area. And basically what you're going to do is you are going to be traveling up this lane, and you've got turrets along the lane which you're also sort of defending, and then there's these little areas that are like shortcuts to and from the lane where people can run in and out of. Now of course your bots will only follow the stars on the floor that are running here, and you can see the other teams already kind of trying to escort their bots, and we're kind of defending our side. The bots have not arrived yet, but once they do arrive, of course, then it really will start the game more or less. Now there's one other area I'm going to have to show you here, and that is the jungle, as they call it, which is the area above where my character is, and it's sort of where you can kill NPC bots that are not actually part of either team, and that can give you experience that will help you level up quicker and then get to the point of the game where you can actually do something against the other team and their bots. So I'll show that here in a second, jumping up there. You have to pay money, so once I get enough money, and I've got enough money, I will then...
Free money, and the fans love it.
You couldn't be more right, Chip.
So I have a little trouble here balancing it up and trying to get on this thing, so just bear with me for a second. For some reason, this particular jump pad I struggle to get up on, and of course it makes me look silly as I leveled up, of course, while I'm bouncing it. I'll show you the level up mechanic here in a second. This is wasting valuable time. Up here, once you get up here, it's almost like the forest in Dota 2. There are NPCs that don't belong to either team, and you can take out those NPCs for experience, and then of course upgrade. You see I just upgraded my defense. And like Dota 2, you want to upgrade your defense early as opposed to your offense, because you want to be able to survive fighting the creep. Basically, these are the same as those creeps in Dota 2. I keep bringing up Dota 2, but the similarities are very, very extreme, much like League of Legends if you've played that. Now this is Regenitol. I paid 250 coins, and it makes my health regenerate, which is nice. And one thing I love about Megabeth is she's got this rocket launcher which shoots at long distance. So I kind of like to just hang up here in the beginning of the game and snipe, take out the enemy bots that are being escorted and the NPCs. Now what some players will do, here I'm upgrading my offense, will do is what this guy is doing. He's level 2 and I'm level 3, and he's trying to take me on. He is playing like it's a first-person shooter basically, which is something you really shouldn't do. So I'm trying to avoid fighting with him really, because that's not really the point. Although he is level 2, so I do get a little greedy when I see people lower level than me trying to take me on, because if I kill them, of course, I get more bonuses. So that was that black, and see he's trying to do his special attack on me, but he's level 2, so I'm not sure what he's thinking here. Probably because he's not aware that he really probably can't take out a level 3. Find some Regenitol. I'm going to fight him just because I want to be up here and snipe these NPC bots. So I killed him, got level 4, and upgrade my offense. Now, as I was saying, I've killed a bunch of NPC bots that don't even belong to the other team, and that's helped me level up quickly. I believe now I'm the highest level member on my team and the opposing team, so it gives me a lot more power to kind of charge in here and defend the lanes again. You can see there's the 2 lanes. I'm on the left side, and most of my team's on the right. I'm just going to try to defend the bots on the right side. And there's a turret right here, and you can see I'm trying to stay back because these turrets will tear you apart. And what you need to do is just keep letting your bots come up here and slowly whittle away at that turret, and then help them by taking out the enemy bots. So not a really complicated game. I think some people have made it seem like it's a complicated game, but there's not a lot to it really, except for the fact that you just need to focus on taking out the enemy team's bots and taking out the NPC bots that are out there. So now I'm level 5. I'm leveling up like crazy because I'm just going after the bots like nobody's business. the other players I try to avoid. I don't really want to kill the enemy players, and if I get a chance to, I will, but they really just slow me down in terms of my bot killing, which I find to be the most successful thing. And our team, you can see, is moving forward on the map. The goal is to really move your army forward on the map, much like Dota 2. Again, I keep using that as an example, but I think it's the best example if you've played it. And if you've seen my other video, you kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. If you haven't played Dota 2 and you haven't seen my video, really what you've got is these two armies of NPC bots. So like I was saying, you just defend your bots and destroy theirs and just work your way across the map. That's the best way to do it. Eventually their turrets will fall, and eventually you win the game. Now, another important thing to do, and one thing I like to do, is to really try to avoid dying, because when you die, it sets you back a great deal. It gives the other team points and levels. It also slows you down because the respawn time is fairly hefty when you die. I think around 10 to 15 seconds, which in a fast-paced game like this is like forever. So here's the turret about to go down. Got level 6 off of that. And so I'm going to just upgrade some of my basic skills here. And I fell off the thing. Now you can see my respawn is going to be a little bit of time here. Now, of course, I'm first on the team right now, which is doing great. I'm feeling good about that. Of course, I keep looking at the scoreboard because that's just how I am. So I haven't talked too much about special things that can happen while you're playing. Now, one of the things is that a mascot can come out and you can kill the mascot and get points and bonuses and levels up because of what he drops. So that's kind of good to go after. And sometimes you see that. And then there's the Annihilator, which is a special kind of power up for your team that will really change the direction of the game, especially if you're losing. Of course, if you're winning, it won't change much except to ensure you're win. But you can see these players are trying to take me out. And really my strategy for this game and what has been successful for me is really to stay back, stay away from the enemy players, stay behind my bots, and just continue to lob my missiles into those players. And that's the role of Megabeth. She's kind of a support role in a way, because you want to stick by your enforcers, or which are or defenders, which are either one of them, the enforcers or defenders, because they're the big hulking tank-like characters, and if you just stay by them and lob rockets at whatever's attacking them, you're going to have a good shot. It also works when you do it with the bots as well, and you can see that on this particular lane that I'm in, on this left side, I'm slowly working my way up. I've got a few players on the other team that are continuing to try to fight me. Of course, I'm level 7, and that's another Megabeth over there who's level 6, so she's kind of at a disadvantage just because of the area that she's in. And one important thing, you can see these coins that keep dropping, and I haven't spent a lot of money. I'm kind of saving it up for the end game. And the reason is because you can buy bots to storm your enemy base, and those bots are real powerful. So there's automatic bots that go out. You can see all these little bots going out, but there's also some more powerful bots that you can buy, and they cost quite a bit of money. So what I do is I make every opportunity that I can when it's safe to pick up these coins, because then of course your money goes up, and then of course you can buy more bots. The Regenitol is relatively cheap, so I try to do that as often as I can. $250 basically what the currency is here. You can see I got some juice boxes. Of course, you push the left control button and it gives me that juice. And there I am. So now I can kind of take on this turret with a little more finesse than I was. You can see that I'm doing a lot more damage to it, and my health, of course, is skyrocketing back up. This other Megabeth player characters over here is... Oh, there we go. I got the turret destroyed. And I'm actually mega extreme whatever achievement on killing bots too, because I like to focus on killing bots so much. But so this person's trying to take us out. You can see Artemis. There's an Artemis character on our team who's got a bow. That's that new pro that you can buy for $10. I don't know that I would spend $10 for it, but I may unlock her if I get enough gold to do so. So you can see we're just working our way. It's a fun game. I played Dota 2 and that's fun, but it stresses me out a little bit more than this game. This game just feels like it's fun. It reminds me a lot of this old Nintendo game that allowed you to, there was like rooms, it was a top-down view, and you could kill things and money would fall out of it. And I always loved that game. And this is reminiscent of that, just because of the money that pops everywhere and the mascots that dance around. This game doesn't take itself seriously, as you can probably already tell. My character looks like a roller girl, basically, from one of those like roller derbies. And she's got this like, rainbow painted rocket launcher and this hat with wings on it, like she's She's a Greek god or something. And of course, she's got roller skates on, which makes it even less serious. And the other characters are similar in a similar vein of comedy. And the mascots, we haven't seen one yet, but they pop out and they're pudgy mascots that dance around. You can see my little rainbow spin that I do. It's like an area effect. Just go into these bots and just tear them up. So it's very much like a game show kind of atmosphere, and I really like that. I really like the style. I like that they've put a lot of thought into the graphics. Like Team Fortress 2, it has that kind of tongue-in-cheek feel, and a lot of times games like Dota 2 sometimes take themselves very seriously, and sometimes it's a little bit, I don't know what the word is, but it's desperate, I guess. You feel like a sense of despair when you play it, and maybe I get too drawn into the games, but I do remember when I was a kid and I played it was the fourth Heroes Quest game, if you remember Quest for Glory series, and it was set in like a Transylvania setting. I remember I returned the game to the store because I got drawn in so much that it kind of freaked me out, the game, and which is it was an odd thing to think about in retrospect, but I do get drawn in emotionally to the games, I think, and of course that game I went on to love. I bought it again and loved it, and it was one of the greatest games I ever played as a kid, but I do get drawn into the games and the emotion of the games and how they're designed to some extent. So I like this kind of light-hearted feel to it. This is the type of game I'd like to just pick up when you just feel like not thinking, really. You just want to go in there and you just want to shoot stuff and, escort your things and collect money and get these achievements. There's crazy, zany achievements and just have a good time. So just like watching a game show. You don't watch a game show to feel anything serious. You just watch it because it's something asinine to watch. So you can see we're making our way to the main place after I ranted about my past in gaming and all that, but we've gotten to the main place, and you can see the money ball on top of that sphere, and what the goal is to do is to destroy the turrets that surround it, destroy the shields, and let the money ball fall. And then once the money ball falls, you can then destroy it and get all the money. However, again, just like the turrets, you can't do it alone. You have to keep letting your bots just come into this base. And pretty soon, I'm going to actually go and I'm going to spend my money and try to buy some bot waves, because that'll be what we need to push into their base. You can see I'm level 10 already. I think that I'm maybe the highest level of any team. I haven't seen anybody in the opposing team that's level 10. And being high in level and destroying these bots has become very important by the end game, because if you're level 10 by the end game, and you're fighting against, you see this character who's level 8, he can't really advance on me. And either can his friend, who's also level 8. 2 level 8s are no match for 1 level 10, really. Of course, if I run in there, I'll get myself annihilated. But you can see I hit him with 1 rocket and it took his health down by half. And even though my health is low, I'm not too worried about it, because these level 8s cannot do a lot. So 2 levels on other players is a big deal. And really, your focus, I think, to be successful in this game is to get that level up. So my first impressions of the game are get your levels up. I mean, if you play against somebody who's like ultra skilled and they're level 8 and you're level 10, maybe they'll be able to take you out. But the level range is so important. You can see both of those guys were double teaming me, and I'm still okay to some extent. I mean, of course, my health is low. I'm not even healing. I'm not even going to a Regenitol. I'm that confident that I'm going to be okay because they're only level 8. And I'm about to hit level 11 here if I continue to take out these bots. Slow but steady wins the race, I guess, because our bots continue to come in here. Somebody on our team is actually buying bots, it looks like, at this point. I'm not first on the team right now. I'm on my extreme bot streak. Second on the team, but we'll see how that turns out by the end. And of course, my goal isn't to be first on my team. My goal is to let the team win, but it's nice to be first, you know what I'm saying? So while my teammates are buying other bots, I'm going to still hold off. I think that I can buy some bots here pretty soon, and I'll be able to help out. There's 2 turrets guarding this money ball, so I'm just going to keep fighting on this side. I may move to the other side here in a minute and help out, because it looks like my team is mostly over there, and I'm not doing too much on this side anymore now that we've actually gotten into the area. I'm going to run over here real quick and just see what I can do to help out over here. Take out some of these. Looks like they're buying bots as well, these big bots that they have. I'm going to take some of these out. And I think it's about that time. I'm going to go buy some bots here in a minute and see if I can help. My juice box here. Yeah, because they're still pouring bots out, and we're kind of stalling here a little bit on this end. It'd be nice just to finish this up once and for all, because at the end of the day, we're really in the lead. You can see I'm top of my team now. and but our team in general is very high level. We're all either level 11 or level 10, and the other team is level 8, level 9s. So they really don't have much of a chance. It's just a matter of inevitable killing, but I like to speed it up here. So, and one way to ensure your victory, of course, is to buy a ton of bots and just let them swarm the base. So we'll do that here in a second. I'm just gonna. I guess I enjoy killing bots and the other players so much that I don't. I don't spend a lot of time buying stuff, and I should be. So this is probably a lesson to learn for myself, is that I need to be buying stuff more often, because it really does make a difference when you buy stuff. And I'm not really doing that in this game, and I probably could have been. So that's one thing to note, is that the more you spend this money, you really don't want to have $4,000 like I have. You want to save it up to some extent so you can buy your bots. But if you're starting to lose, obviously you want to buy bots right away, because you don't want to make that loss inevitable. But much like StarCraft 2 and other games where resources are very handy, you want to probably keep your money as low as possible, because otherwise it's just sitting there. It's just money. It's not being used for anything. And if your team loses and you have $4,000 in the bank, you might have been a part of the reason why you lost that game. So, like I said, spend that money. Spend it on Regenitol. Spend it on something. Every little bit helps your team. And if you need to save money up, I think the biggest bot wave might cost $1,000 at the end game, and maybe it's $500 for a smaller wave. So if you buy one of each of those, maybe you want to have 1,500 coins handy by the end of the game, just so that you can buy those 2 waves, and then and that's it. But I don't know if I'd have $4,000 like I have here, and that's something I've learned playing these games, is that sometimes saving up your money is not necessarily the best idea. We're getting very close here. You can see the money ball has dropped, and now we can actually attack it and cause damage to it. So once you get that, then it's nice to have that wave of bots, because they will protect you while you are running in there to destroy the money ball. Now they're gonna shoot the money ball too, but they won't do as much damage as players will. So here we go, $500 bots, $1,000 bots. Let's go for it. So you can see, just bought a whole bunch of them, and they were running in here like crazy. So this might do it right here, this rush. Mega extreme bot streak for me, because I've been killing them like crazy since I am a bot fanatic, and we're getting there. So one of their turrets was destroyed. It's in there as well. I'm now level 12, so I'm in this game off probably at level 12. I'll do my last upgrade here for the fun of it, and I think that's going to be it for the game. As in a second, this ball is going to be gone. Boom, and that's it. Money ball is destroyed. You can see the money spraying everywhere. It's pretty satisfying to see that. Oh, and there's the mascot that I was talking about earlier. Kind of pudgy little guy dancing. And there is our team, and you can see the taunts that people have purchased going off. Of course, I didn't purchase one, so you can see my characters just standing there. And that's it. So we did really well. Hope you enjoyed watching. I hope this was a good first impressions for you. Gave you an idea of what the game's all about. And actually, I hope it convinced you to go get the game yourself and play it, because it's a lot of fun, and we need more players. There's only 600 players in America at any given time, it seems like, so the more the better. Hope to see you on Super Monday Night Combat. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. Catch you later.